Hi everyone, I'm Tanaz from foreverconscious.com and this is your weekly energy forecast for the week of July 18th. So this week we transition out of Cancer season into Leo season. This happens on the 22nd, 23rd, that'll depend on your time zone. So kind of stereotypically through Cancer season, our focus is drawn to our home and family life, and then also on feelings of self-care, self-love, and nourishment. Cancer is ruled by the moon. The moon can be kind of moody, and so we may find ourselves working through our moods or working through some, ups and downs in our emotions. All of that work that we do in Cancer season, that self-love, that self-nourishment work, spending time with friends and family or focusing our attention on friends and family, becomes fuel for the fiery energy of Leo season. All of that, inner work that we've kind of built up and cultivated, and hopefully, that self-love work, that self-nourishment work, spending time with your family or loved ones that, lift you up and make you feel supported and loved. Hopefully all of that goodness then rides you into Leo season, where it's the time of the sun and we're inspired to be a little more independent, a little creative, make some bold choices or decisions. All of that Cancer work then becomes fuel for that fiery energy that really, can peak throughout Leo season. So as we make this transition in the first part of this week, really focus on self-care, self-nourishment, spending time with your loved ones, spending time with people and doing things that really lift you up, make you feel loved, make you feel supported, make you feel nourished from the inside out, because that will become your fuel for this beautiful, fiery, creative, bold, courageous energy that we get come Leo season. If we think of Leo, it's ruled by the lion. We're tapping into that brave, bold, courageous lion energy. And when we have that support behind us, we can really ride those waves, ride that fiery, passionate energy that Leo season can bring. So that's the transition that we're moving through. Cancer is ruled by the moon. Leo is ruled by the sun. We're moving from that feminine, lunar energy to that bright sort of, masculine sun energy. We're shifting into that as we move through this week. The other big energy shift that we have happening this week is the full moon. It falls in the sign of Aquarius, and that is on the 23rd, 24th of July. So there's a couple of interesting things with this full moon. It is actually one of two Aquarius full moons. We'll have another Aquarius full moon come August. So they'll kind of work in tandem with one another. This is the first Aquarius full moon, and then the next full moon in August, which also falls in Aquarius, they'll kind of work together. So this full moon can stir change. It can also stir the energy of transformation, but we may only get like a whiff of these things, just the winds of change, just the feeling in the pit of our soul or heart that there's some transformations happening. We might not really be able to put our finger on it or understand the totality of that change or that transformation until that next full moon come August. They'll sort of work together. So if something feels incomplete or not completely clear, or a little hazy, you're not quite sure, you can feel, full moons can sometimes stir the need to release things. So you can kind of maybe feeling something that needs to be released, but maybe you can't quite get there just yet, or it doesn't make complete sense just yet. And that's because these two full moons will kind of work together. So you might have to be a little bit patient and wait for that next Aquarius full moon in August. The other major energy unfolding at this full moon, and actually it's a really beautiful one. So yes, this full moon sort of stirs change, a little bit of transformation that's very active around this full moon. But another beautiful energy that's on offer to us at this full moon comes from the asteroid Chariklo. And I like to consider Chariklo the asteroid of spirit medicine. And its energy represents the spiritual side of our healing journey. you could say we're always kind of on a healing journey, or always kind of like on this journey of, bettering ourselves, or the journey of life, right? And that Characlo energy encourages us to look at the spiritual side, mind, body, and soul. We're now wanting to be tuned into that soul, that spirit, that part of who we are is calling for attention under the energy of this full moon. How can we give our soul, how can we give our spirit medicine under this full moon? So you might find yourself already gravitating towards answering that question for yourself. If you've been playing around with maybe seeing an energy healer, or going to a sound bath, or starting up yoga again, or going for that psychic reading, or visiting any kind of healer that works on a sort of spiritual, energetic level, you actually may find that benefits heightened at this time. Of course, you don't have to go outside yourself for that. You can also work on that within, work on nurturing and nourishing that soul part of who you are. And if you are going through a struggle, if you are going through some sort of healing journey or healing crisis, if you will, it's a really good time to look at the spiritual side of things. How can you try and understand this from the lens of spirit, from a more metaphysical, from the more unseen part of the journey that you're moving through? So it's a really beautiful healing energy, and it's a healing energy that happens on that very subtle soul spirit level, that soul spirit vibration. And if you want some support with that, I have a ritual. In this ritual, you'll be guided to do some healing work, working on the major energy centers or chakras of your body. You'll sort of do some affirmations, and you'll work through the 7 major energetic centers of the body. I'll pop a link in the description box below if you're interested in doing that ritual. It also comes with a cosmic healing guided meditation that I've created, and an Aquarius full moon oracle reading that I also created. If you're interested in adding those, they really will heighten the benefits of the ritual. So I'll pop a link to that ritual in the description box. You can also find it at foreverconscious.com. So that's the energy for the week. We're shifting from Cancer season into Leo season, and then we have this full moon which brings the winds of change, but also a beautiful healing energy, encouraging us to journey to that spiritual self, to look at things from the unseen lens, to trust our intuitive instincts, and to focus on spiritual healing, whatever that might look like for you. I hope that's helpful. I am Tanaz from foreverconscious.com. Thank you so much.